This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this 2021 Starcraft Super Lite 241 BH for bunkhouse. Okay, so here I am back at the rear here, door side rear, and you see you have a LP quick connect right here to hook a grill to, or whatever low pressure appliance you have, but it's a quick connect. All right. Also, you have a kitchen. Now this cooktop here okay, so let me look and see what we have here so I know. Okay, good. Okay, so you have a cooktop, of course, 2-burner, refrigerator. This is works on 110 AC. It's just like a dorm refrigerator. So as soon as you plug in the trailer, it'll turn on. You have scissor type stabilizer jacks, one on each corner that work with the crank or a 3/4 inch socket on a drill. Your stairs fold right into the trailer. They're very sturdy. You can adjust the length of the legs to the terrain by pulling the plug out, or the pin out. There's a pin on each side, and you can adjust them up and down as needed. Okay. Let's look behind the door, see what we got, if anything. Nope. This is the vent for your range hood, right? So if you run the fan in the range hood, you got to free up this baffle here. See, right now it's flapping freely. You want to do that when you're venting. Otherwise, you're going to keep it shut when you're traveling, okay? Or when you're in storage, for that matter. You got a power awning with LED strip. This is your water heater on the outside here. Of course, there are valves on the back of this for winterizing and dewinterizing. Okay. But the thing to know is, okay, so basically this works on gas and electric, and the switches are inside the trailer. But there's one switch right here. You see it's a rocker switch here in the lower left hand corner. That controls the electric heating element that's behind this cover. So although there are switches inside, keep in mind this switch is here for the electric heating element. This is where you drain it, right here, 1 1/16" 6-point socket you need. It's got an anode rod attached to it, and right now there's water in the system. It's been summerized or dewinterized, whichever you prefer, and it's ready to be camped in. So keep that in mind, but never run the water heater without water in the tank. Otherwise it's a dry fire in it and you'll damage it. Okay? Alright, let me close this up here. I'll show you the switches when we get inside. Now this hole right here tells us that the slide out on the other side can be cranked. Well, let me not say that till I look at this, because it could mean something else here. Hold on. Yeah, see this? Hopefully you can see that. There's a stud with a 3/4 inch hex on it. You can actually crank the slide room manually by putting the crank through there, or using a ratchet on a drill, whatever. But right there is how you can get the slide out in and out in an emergency. All right, let me get back up here. Sorry about the camera work. Okay. All right, so moving forward. Okay. This is your crank here, 3/4 inch crank. Right down there you can see the blue coil sprayer, and there's the end for it. There's your 30 amp cord, 30 feet long, and then there's of course your dump hose. Okay, and this is a 3/4 inch drill attachment to operate your jacks if you need to do it that way, and that way you don't have to use this crank. So it's good to have both. Also, this power tongue jack, if it was to fail, you can pull this rubber plug out of the top, and you can use that very same crank or drill attachment and use the thumb jack up and down. If it was to fail, you could still hitch and unhitch. So those are good options to have. You got 2 LP tanks with an automatic changeover regulator. Deep cycle marine battery right here. Okay. That's just the service panel for your refrigerator. Okay, you have a docking station here for your water. Okay, so you look at the drawing here. Right now, if you look at this right here, it's vertical, so it means you're hooked up to city water. You're set for city water. So when you put the hose on here, turn it on, you've got city water. It will just, you know, your trailer will be set and ready to go. All the plumbing will work. Now, if you go to a campground that does not have plumbing on the campsites, you can pre-fill the fresh water tank by going into that position and turning on the faucet for the city water wherever you're at. Or, I mean, some of the earlier state parks, they have a fill station when you first go through the gate. Well, you would fill this at the fill station, for example. So, but most common way is just city water. There's an onboard electric pump to pump the water if you have to use, you know, tank water. But either way, you can operate all the plumbing. All right, that sprayer that I just showed you in there, that attaches right here. Okay, this is a black tank flush. Right, as it states here on this sticker, always make sure the valve is open on the black tank before you turn on the water. So you can see you've got valves here. There's your black tank valve, your gray tank valve. Black tank is sinking or is toilet water and waste. Gray is sink and shower water. So you always dump the black first because it's the dirtiest water. Then you'll dump the gray, and after you do that, you leave the black tank valve open. Put your hose here on the dump station right on there. Turn it on and flush out the tank. Okay. And this is where your plug goes on. All right, this housing tells us this is pre-wired for a backup camera, so you can add a backup camera if you choose to. Also, you have a ladder so you can inspect your roof really easily. Manufacturer states you should inspect the roof every 90 days, so once in the spring, once in the middle of summer, once in the fall. Somebody needs to go up there and look around, make sure there's no cracking or separation, add any of the sealant, make sure the roofing material is in good shape, it wasn't damaged by a low branch, or the vent covers are damaged by a branch, something like that. So you just give it a good inspection, and if you do find something, some years, sometime you will, if you do find that, you go ahead and get it taken care of immediately. Ouch. Okay, so there's also a spray port here for that sprayer, so you got 2 places to hook it up. Okay, let's go inside. Alrighty. So the slide out is in right now, so we'll just go to this right here and send it out. Works off battery. We're running off battery right now because I'm not close to a 110 plug, so. So when you hear that ratcheting sound, you take your finger off the button. Whether you're going in or out, it'll make that sound so it doesn't overextend or over retract it. Okay, you got some lights here. This is for your power awning. Never leave the awning out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, roll it in. You can turn your water pump on here. The water pump is to pump water out of your tank if you don't have city water, or it's also used for winterizing. Now, to light the water heater on gas is right there, and this is a second electric switch. Remember I showed you the one switch out there by the in the lower left-hand corner by the heating element? Well, this is the other electric switch. Okay, check your battery, fresh water, black tank, gray tank. They graduate up in 1/3 increments as it fills, so just keep that in mind. Once you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping the black tank and the gray tank. Okay. All right. So while we're standing here, this device here is the power converter. It converts AC to DC power. So you got regular 110 AC circuit breakers here, like you'd see at home, and they're labeled. Then it converts the power to 12 volt DC over here. You got fuses and breakers here. These fuses will light up if they blow. You can see them through the perforation. And also, if you're plugged in, this will be a battery tender. It'll sense how much energy your battery needs and make sure it's always charged up. Alright. Let me just do the range. So the range, I'm not sure if the gas is on right now, so I'll just walk it through it either way. This is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark. Alright, so let me see if there's any gas on. Yes, there is. So right there you see it lit. Now the oven, you use the oven knob, which is all the way to the right. You go to the picture of the flame and depress it. Keep it depressed during the lighting procedure. At the back there, down below, I'll spark it if you can see it right there. There's a pilot light down there. So what you're going to do is you're going to depress this and hold it. You'll spark it with your other hand until the pilot light lights back there. After it lights, you hold it in for another 10 seconds or so to heat it up. Then you go to operating temperature. Okay, but when you shut the oven off, the pilot light goes out too, and you have to relight it each time you use the oven. Now, this is the range that I told you about. Remember about opening the baffle. Your microwave works like any other microwave. Your TV is both a television and a radio. Okay, so it has Bluetooth and 2 speaker zones, so you can and as well as FM radio. So it's got all that included in it, and there's your remote there. This device down here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It'll detect carbon monoxide buildup. It'll detect LP gas leak, and if it beeps very slowly, it's telling you your battery's low. So let me just show you right here with this test. There's LP test. Now here comes carbon monoxide. And now low battery alert. And then it goes back to green. So it should always be green. Obviously if it goes off for carbon monoxide or LP gas, you take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off at the front and figure out what's going on. Alright, so let's see here. This is a Gfci, obviously, so you know there's everything's wired, all the plugs are wired through a Gfci. You have your thermostat here, which is very simple. You just hit the mode button and you scroll through it. Okay, so it's very, very simple. I think I'm getting low. We'll have to plug that in there, but anyway, you just select the source: heating, cooling, or fan, which is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. Okay. Emergency window. You got storage under the bed. You also have hookups to mount a TV there. There's also a backing plate on that wall there. You'd want a TV that swings out, swings to the, let's see, what would you say? If you're looking at it, it's got to swing to the left so you can see it in bed. Okay. You can drop the table down onto those cleats and fill in the space with the cushion, the back cushions, and you got another bed here. Your refrigerator is gas absorption. It's very simple. It runs on 110 AC or on LP gas. So basically, we're not plugged in right now, so I'll just explain to you that you just select the mode. The mode you want is A with a picture of a plug, which means automatic electricity. Automatic electricity means that it's going to seek out electricity, and if it finds it, it'll use it. If it doesn't find it, it'll automatically switch over to gas, right? Also, it means that if you lose power in the middle of the night or the middle of the day and you're not around, it'll sense that and automatically switch over to gas so you don't spoil your food. So auto is the way to run it. Although you can select electricity dedicated, just either has it or it doesn't. You can select gas the same way, or you can use automatic and it'll select itself. So, okay. Alright, so let me look around here. We're going towards the bathroom here. Okay. Alright, so the only thing to know, that the sink and shower work like any other sink and shower, of course. You want to run the fan with the shower to pull the humidity out. That's absolutely necessary. The toilet, the thing to remember is you can't use it dry. By dry, I'm talking about the black tank, which is directly below it. Right now, that's residual water pressure right there. But when you step on the flush pedal down here, I'm sorry, show you that. We step on the flush pedal, water will come swirling out into the black tank directly below. So when you pull into the campground, your black tank's empty, of course. So when you pull into the campground, you hook up your power and your water. Then you come in here with your toilet chemical, and you step on the pedal and let about 1 gallon of water go in there. It can be 2 gallons, it doesn't matter. Just put some water in it and dump the chemical in there and you're all set. You can't use it dry because the smell will be really bad, and it also can get clogged up. So you always start off with chemical and a gallon or so of water. Okay? All right, so I think that covers it here. Let me look around. Yes. Okay, yeah. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And remember what I told you about inspecting your roof seals. That's very important. All trailer owners need to do it. Not just this model, but every model ever made. And I can't stress that enough. It's an important thing. If you keep after your seals and keep after the roof and that sort of thing, this thing will be bone dry 20 years from now. It's only when people don't inspect and do basic maintenance on it that they have issues. And that, like I said, that goes for all trailers. So, okay, thank you very much.